In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the Nuggets and Lakers series. This is absolutely crazy, so let's get down, let's check this out. And who do you think is going to win the series? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you're a basketball coach and you're looking for a really killer defense, make sure to go check out my Unbeatable Basketball Zone Defense book down in the description below. And if you want to run NBA style offenses like the 5-out, make sure to go check out my complete guide to the 5-out offense. That's also down in the description as well. So really quickly, we're going to look at Nikola Jokic right here in the low post. He gets this low post feed and he quickly goes up for the basket. If you're a low post player and you've got a player who's shadowing or at least defending your one side and you have a whole side that's open, you need to take it, but you can't wait. You need to take it right away, and that's what Jokic does here. Now, off-ball movement, if you're a player that is playing the corners, the wings, whatever, and there's players with the ball up near the point, what we see right here is a fantastic example of movement off ball. This player in the corner does a quick jab towards this left side or towards his left side, and as we can see here, he slightly pushes the player towards that side, making it look and feel like if he's about to cut up and use Davis as a dribble handoff. But instead, this player cuts backdoor along the baseline, which then allows LeBron to be able to go up for that dunk. Now, LeBron is very good at being able to go backdoor, so players like this have to really watch out for that as well. So this is a fantastic example of how not to play defense in transition. So in transition, you want to take away the middle. You don't want to give a big gap between two players. These two players should not be standing next to each other. This is one of the reasons why the Lakers continuously lose in this series, and that is not the greatest of defense. This player is able to go right between them. LeBron is worried about, of course, down here, and of course, the player with the ball is able to get right to the rim. You should always be trying to play a 1-1 or maybe even at least a 1-2, something to be able to cut off the drive. We don't ever want the ball to go up middle, because if the ball goes up middle and there's players who are out on the corners, this can then allow him to collapse the defense out or at least collapse the defense and kick the ball out. But by allowing him to go straight up middle, that's an easy layup all day long. Again, they are allowing players to go straight up the middle of the key and finishing strong at the rim. Somebody needs to step up and take off that drive. Somebody needs to take the middle of the key away, and the Lakers are just not doing it in this game. And then again, they allow a player to just go waltzing right up the middle of the key with literally no defense in there to even defend him. They allowed him to get perfect position and still have a wide open layup. And even when they do score against Denver, as we see here, LeBron James is driving, the help defender comes over for the Nuggets. At least they make this a difficult basket for LeBron. Even though LeBron coming down with a full head of steam is going to be able to make this basket anyways, the fact that they can just make it tougher for him makes it at least a better option on defense than just allowing him to have the dunk. And this is what I mean by a 1-2 zone. So even though this is more of a man, they're picking up their guys, they're still taking away that middle of the court. This guy's doing his job. That forced LeBron to pass the ball early, or at least he wanted to pass the ball early so this guy could attack, but he was way too slow to even attack. And then later on in this play, that player still scores, but at least they made it tough. Now, this was not the greatest of defensive rotations, and I'm almost assuming that their coach is probably yelling at them in the film session afterwards anyways, but Anthony Davis comes down to cut off this drive. That's number one. This should have been LeBron coming over. Anthony Davis could have filled out, or these guys could have filled down something. Either way, Anthony Davis should not be in that position. But if he does find himself in that position, he should not be covering this much ground to recover back to his man. Now, even though this is a mismatch, this would have been preferred, because now at least he would still be down here with LeBron, where if Jokic did then decide to drive, then these guys could come out and stop his drive because they're big guys. However, instead, Anthony Davis tries to recover out. Jokic is able to notice that. He attacks because, of course, momentum is on his side, and he's able to attack straight up middle and get to the opposite side where LeBron is not there to even play help defense. I would have much rather have seen Reeves come take off that drive, this player rotate up, LeBron rotate up, and Davis move down. Even though there's a mismatch here and here, that's still a better option than just allowing Jokic to have this much space to play with no help defense. So here we have a screen, and this is great defense. Watch this. They hit the roll man with the pass. We now get a help defender who comes up, and watch what he does. Takes it right on the chest and takes the charge. Now, this is what you should do in this situation. Big man wants to make contact and you're not a big man, just take that charge all day long. And of course, Jokic being a great passer, and of course the Nuggets always looking to pass in transition, you can, or they will, get these easy baskets all game long. This is actually a really good play. We have a point to wing pass, and then Jokic uses that high post screen. They don't switch, but now Jokic gets that ball in essentially the high post. Even though it's a bit off of the high post, it's basically the high post, the mid post, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we now have the ball handler who cuts to the rim. Now, because Jokic is such a great passer, this gives him an option to pass to the cutter if he was open. Because what will happen sometimes with these passes into the post is this defender will then pay attention to the post and will leave the cutter wide open. But instead, Jokic attacks the rim and he's able to score. And it's really rare to see this in basketball, but a 7-foot center being a point guard is absolutely fantastic. Again, transition, going up the middle of the court. Wing player cuts down at the 45. Easy pass. This could have been another easy layup over here, but LeBron is always very happy at trying to reach in, and of course Gordon's able to notice that, and he's able to finish with a dunk. Now, I've taught this before on my channel as well, but anytime that you get a screen and your man goes underneath that screen, you need to pull for that shot, because what's going to happen is by that player going underneath and you going over top, that's creating a lot of distance. And if this guy doesn't hedge, then that's going to allow you to have an open shot. And with the footwork that Murray has, the left into the 2-foot stance is going to allow for a quick release. And that's exactly what we see here with 9 minutes left. And now they're going to be taking that lead right there, which is fantastic. And I'm going to teach you a little bit of a secret now. This player coming off of Murray, coming off of the dribble handoff, going towards his left side, guess what? That is an automatic basket for almost anybody who's a good shooter who's right-handed, because by going towards that side, your right side is automatically in line with the basket, and that's going to be a high percentage shot every single time. This is why I always tell players to never force a guy towards his left side if he's a right-handed player and he can shoot. The reason being is because now he can step back and his right side is in line as we see here, and it allows for a high percentage shot. In reality, if the player is right-handed and he's a good shooter, you should be either playing him straight up or forcing him towards his right, because by him going towards his right, he's going to turn his whole body just to take that shot. So it's a lot slower of a shot and a lower percentage shot. We can kind of see that here where Murray goes off of his left. He has to turn his whole body just to go up for that shot. And then he has to kick that leg out to make sure that his right side is in line. He still makes this shot. He's a really, really good shooter. But at the youth level, if you're a youth basketball player, going towards your left or your right, if you're a right-handed shooter, is a much lower percentage shot. And this game pretty much came down to free throws at the end, and of course they made their free throws. So what is this essentially telling us? Well, I personally believe that the Nuggets are going to be able to get to the finals. I think that they're going to be probably winning this series either 4-1 or maybe 4-2. And in that case, that's my thoughts, but these are the reasons why the Nuggets are going to be winning. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my Unbeatable Basketball Zone Defense book and my complete guide to the 5-out offense down in the description below.